all they seek is somewhere in the palace. Now, my dear, if you can take me there without your daddy knowing, I can help you get to these other worlds you long for.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts commentary, where we begin the final part of the Atlantica saga, where Princess BOOBS, who isn't with us at the moment, will get her revenge on Seattle, like Francis Farmer. I can't quite remember how that Nirvana song goes, but hey, or whatever else, we're pretty much just gonna be fucking about and, well, basically seeing what is, basically what happens like when a teenager steals their parents' cigarettes, or their weed, or drugs, or something or other. But in the meantime, violence. We gotta have violence courtesy of the Devil May Cry soundtrack. I mean, really, this is where a lot of the plot stuff starts going down. In every city, in every town, where grabbing style certainly is the plan, and I don't know why I'm in a grungy musical mood right now. Probably because of Atlantica, which is apropos given Kingdom Hearts 2, but yeah. Anyway, the only thing we really need to worry about at this point is just cracking open clamshells and getting the sweet rewards that lay within. But I mean, at this point in the movie, this is pretty much where she steals King Salami Nipple's trident, and well, basically, she's been a naughty girl. She falls. The rise and the fall of the Ariel. But don't worry, after this point, she will be redeemed.
The trident is mine at last, and I couldn't have done it without your help, my dear.
Ursula, no! I didn't want this!
Why not? Aren't you tired of following your dear daddy's orders? Oh, yes. We had a deal, didn't we? Time for a little journey to the dark world of the Heartless.
We cannot find the keyhole. The keyhole is not here.
What? Why, we have company. I'm afraid you're a little late, handsome.
Daddy!
The trident. We must get it back.
Come on, let's go! Wait, I'm going with you. My father is hurt and it's all my fault. I have to stop Ursula.
That's right. I'm right behind you, Ariel.
By which I mean I'm not behind you at all, because I am a Rastaman. What the fuck I'm talking about, I have absolutely no idea. But in the meantime, well, we have Princess BOOBS back in our party, so what do we really have to worry about? My editor is lagging again, which is a cause of some concern to me. But I'm sure we won't have to worry about all this. Also, in the movie, didn't Ursula turn King Salami Nipples into like a polyp or something? Or like a... was it a newt? Jeez, I have no idea. But in the meantime, just enjoy the dulcet tones of the undersea with the unholy relics that lay within. This underwater world is beautiful, containing a vast landscape of all that we need to see. By the way, those little carrier enemies are a big pain in the ass because they have this little charging attack that is, well, pretty damaging, annoying to catch up with them because they zip around everywhere and they drop off their enemy troops, which makes it a bit of a pain in the ass. And would you believe that there is, in fact, a specific synthesis material that you need to get from one of those enemies once we reach Neverland? God damn, I am in a musical mood at the moment. Well, can it be helped, I guess? Not really too sure what I have to say, except for the fact that Ursula's design actually went through quite a few revisions, actually. Both in the Disney version, I don't know if the original tale states what Ursula is meant to be. Well, her name isn't even Ursula in the original tale, it's just the Sea Witch, so... yeah. Apparently her design in the movie went through quite a few designs before they settled on the, sort of drag queen inspiration that they got for the original actor they wanted to play her, so... yeah, that's one thing to consider. I think the witch herself was meant to be like a devil ray kind of creature, but apart from that, I really don't know, how the hell they went with an octopus. I think the creative team from Disney's perspective just liked the design of an octopus that they just sort of went with it, so... yeah. Well, I mean, I guess when it comes to stuff like this, you do have artistic license to do whatever the fuck you want, so... yeah, who goes with that, really? But again, part of the reason why you can progress with plot the way you can here, well, I mean, apart from using stop, obviously, is the fact that, again, with Sebastian now finally allowed to leave the castle and not become the next Crablinguini, well, you can pretty much just use him to get that little button that was blocking your way earlier on. You can unlock a pathway back to Ariel's Grotto, which makes traversal a hell of a lot easier. And apart from having to deal with this mental machine of a shark, yeah, you can pretty much just have ease of access for most of the area at this point. And especially after, well, our next encounter with Ursula, we'll pretty much be getting one of the most useful abilities to traversal. But unfortunately, I think it comes a little bit too late, really, because, I mean, by the time you get the ability, you know, that you can use to, you know, flip kick your way across, you know, high-powered currents, you're pretty much almost done with the area to begin with, so unless, of course, you're coming back here for synthesis or to get specific trinities, it's really of no major use. In fact, I don't even think you even need to go into the area, right here, actually, which requires anything at all. Like, this is exclusively just for boss fights, grinding, or, well, I guess for the really cool ambient, area design. And, like, I mean, I will say, I do really love the color usage here. Like, I mean, the Search Ghost had a pretty creepy atmosphere to it. I mean, obviously, since they were one of the big things for Halloween Town. But again, unlike Monstro or any other area in the game, save for maybe some of the ones we'll be coming to a little bit later, this is actually really cool. In fact, honestly, I'd say it, well, I mean, again, I haven't seen the movie since I was fucking in single digits. Like, I mean, this is stuff from, like, fucking chapter 3 of my life, so I barely fucking remember it, but again, I'll probably have to double check the movie to make sure, but, like, I mean, this looks really cool. And again, as I mentioned before, you can see a lot of the polyps that I believe Ursula has transformed. Basically, the thing that she turned King Salami Nipples into in the actual movie. I think it's visible by the time you get to, this creature's mouth. Which, again, is kind of apropos since I'm playing Devil May Cry music, but yeah, the comparisons make themselves known even now. And those are the polyps I was talking about. It's weird, they kind of sound like they should have like a gruff George Carlin-esque voice, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my mind wandering to weird places.
Your time has come!
Oh, tee-hee, Donald and Sebastian were scared because they were brave, except not. Anyway, to get into brass tacks about the boss fight, this is actually one of the more interesting ones. I mean, you do have Jason Newsted and Jetsam, like, fucking flopping about, trying to attack you. You do also have Ursula, who, again, until you make the right ingredients with the melting pot, like a touch of red, a bit of green, and a little shake. Whoops! Well, yeah, mix in the wrong chemicals and basically it'll get a fireball that'll attack you. You can't attack Ursula directly because she has this weird, like, magical, no, you can't hit me barrier about her. So no matter how many times you try and attack her, she'll just say, nah, can't touch me, do-do-do-do. So basically you gotta use the cauldron over there to use the right spells. You can tell what they are because they're color-coded for your convenience. Again, when it starts glowing yellow like that, then she'll have this little and then just sort of flounder about, allowing you to hit her by the time you use the required spells. Again, when it's glowing yellow like that, you use the thunder, and when it's glowing red, you use the magical spell thing. I believe you can also hit it as well, but yeah, it's basically just finagling about figuring out what the cauldron is, hitting Ursula, mate, feed, kill, repeat. I mean, it can be, again, it's just finding the right amount of times to really hit her. Again, she'll be knocked out like that. You have a limited amount of time to hit her before she goes back to doing the thing. It's, honestly, I'd say it's a much better realized version of a Spooky Boogie boss battle, except this time you actually have a means to hit her you're still being engaged in the boss battle rather than just waiting for specific things to happen. Instead, you are making the things happen. And again, like, there's no real period of, like, nah mate, you can't touch me. So, again, it's a pretty decent boss fight, and again, you do need to watch out for Ursula's Crash Bandicoot spinning attack thing. But I mean, apart from that, it's pretty engaging, so I got no real complaints with the boss fight. Flotsam and Jetsam, though, are really just sort of there. Like, the Thrash Metal Band. Oh, yes, I went there. They're kind of just existing and aren't really that good-ish, kind of, except for the early material. And, yeah, that's about it. All I got to say on Flotsam and Jetsam. Had a pretty decent first album, though. I really like that band, sort of. Whatever, I'm conflating my messages about stuff you probably ain't even knowing about. Thunder! But again, what you really need to be looking out for is the aura. The aura right around it, like that's covering the rim. Again, when you see the blizzard, just shoot the blizzard, and that's pretty much that. Oh, I can know me darkness snakes are What the fuck is up with me doing a yardy voice? So, now that Ursula's little pets are gone, she goes into this, like, seashell thing, and you'd think that we'd be able to follow her through, but, apparently not. Like, it's blocked off for some bizarre reason. And finally we learn Mermaid Kick, which, you know, defeats the purpose of using the whale lever again, and for whatever reason we can't follow through. So, yeah. There is also some clams that you can open up, I think. I don't think I've ever been able to. Also, that place doesn't look blocked. I mean, if Ursula was able to get up there with a fat-ass block in the way... What is up with me doing stupid accents? But whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sora and the lithe Princess Boobs and, you know, Turtle Goofy could get up there. Yeah, also, I don't think I've ever been able to open that seashell. I think there might have been a dummied-out object in there. And there are certainly a few dummied-out things in Kingdom Hearts that I'll be talking about in later parts. But for the time being, let's enjoy the ambience as we crawl through this fishy skeleton and we just sort of wander about this dark ambience. The deep darkness, even. Stuff that I've replaced with the track Deep Darkness. Oh, but yeah, Deep Darkness from Devil May Cry. Probably my favorite track from the original game, now that I think about it, because, oh boy, I love me some dark ambience, and this track has it in spades, man. Also, for some reason, it seems to be the most heavily copyrighted Devil May Cry 1 track on YouTube for some reason, which I have no idea why. I mean, it's beautiful, it seems like the one that would get the least amount of attention from, like, the copyright police, but I guess maybe its excellent quality just makes it too much of a hot property to see. Whatever, I'm just sort of padding out for time, really. I've pretty much expunged any sort of intrigue on the Little Mermaid level that I have here. And I mean, anything else I could really say is, well, either reserved for Kingdom Hearts 2 when the rest of the story is told, or, well, pretty much saved for, I guess maybe a repeat visit when I talk about where to locate some of the white mushrooms or trinities or whatever else, so... That's pretty much all she wrote, except for this, where we pretty much get a direct passage right all the way back to Ariel's Grotto. I believe you can do this, actually, can you? I'm confused. I think you can either do this as soon as you defeat the, shark enemy. I don't know if it has a name or not, or if the movie names him or anything, but whatever. Again, do this, and you can pretty much have an entrance right back there, and unlike the, a little whirlpool current back in the main hub world, yeah, you pretty much can swim through that. Like, you don't even need Mermaid Tail, you can just, you know, go right down, and Bob's your uncle, really. And, of course, let's see what we get. Orichalcum, which, I believe is an Atlantean metal, so, or at least it is in terms of the Final Fantasy games, so, yeah, apropos. But in the meantime, we pretty much just fucked around enough here. So, let us finally confront Ariel. Not Ariel, would have been a twist if she was the final boss. Maybe she was the malicious one who hated the prince and wanted her mermaid life back. Sounds like a Silent Hill-ish kind of plot, really. But yeah, now that you have Mermaid Kick, have it equipped in your abilities, you can pretty much swim against the current. Not that it makes it easy for you, but hey, well, let's kick Ursula's ass. For real, diggy dogs.
You pathetic fools! I rule the seas now! The sea and all its spoils bow to my power!
probably, that is definitely gonna be a trailer shot. Like, I mean, I haven't seen any Kingdom Hearts commercials for years, not since I was a kid, but this definitely has to have been one of the shots they used in the trailer for the amount of, like, scale that you're fighting Ursula with here. But again, to kind of comment on the boss fight itself, like, she does have some pretty fucking damaging attacks. There's one attack where she'll pretty much blow, no, not the way that you're thinking with those bubble attacks. She'll try and take a literal bite out of you, she'll fire a big giant laser out of her mouth, like that 2007 era internet, I'm a fire and my laser meme. Like that, really. And oh, Jesus Christ, that was fucking creepy. Her eyes rolled to the back of her skull there. Consider this a little bit more of a preparatory boss fight for one you'll be getting to much later towards the endgame, in the final level, actually. But, yeah, this is also where I got the maximum usage out of the magic stop, which doesn't stop her for long, but it does give you enough time to perform the strategy which I like to do, which is basically to swim around the back of her, and of course, you know, go to town, whacking her with the Keyblade, so, yeah. I mean, granted, I suppose if I had more upgraded stop magic, she'd probably stop for a bit longer, but again, this is something that I think found as a pretty effective strategy. I mean, you do have Ariel also giving you, you know, little buffs and ethers and all that kind of stuff to restore magic, so again, you shouldn't be that shit out of luck when it comes to healing or whatever, so yeah, I think you're pretty liable to just go nuts, dude. And then, of course, well, again, you do have Pat Carroll trying to eat you, which is, well, probably not as fun as it sounds, since the woman was in her 80s when recording this. I don't know if she's passed away since or not, but, well, unless you're into that sort of thing, it doesn't seem very, well, fun. Especially when you got bubble breath. God forbids you gots the bubbles breaths. No, 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 I'm an evil brouhaha, no. The trident. It's mine again. And now with this power, Thora can conquer the world! Or, not really, she pretty much just gives it back, and thus the Princess BOOBS redemption arc begins with her apologizing to King Salami Nipples. Now completely restored from his fake polyping, although I'm pretty sure that's meant to happen later in the movie, since... Actually, did it happen in Kingdom Hearts 2? I don't really remember. But again, I suppose we'll find out when we cross that bridge. But again, he's pretty much, I guess, accepting of the fact that Sora's a Keyblade wielder and is, you know, doing more good than harm, and really I'm honest to God curious as to what the hell got Trident so scared in the first place to prevent, you know, Keyblade wielders from crossing the borders. Like, I mean, you might think about the whole meddling concept that the characters bring up, you know, the Keyblade wielders shouldn't reveal their existence, but I mean, given the looks of Donald and Goofy anyway, not using their magic to make themselves human or blend into any world, at least not to the extent like this, I don't know, like, is there something, like, that Xehanort had to do with it, or like, was it back during the Union Cross days, or, like, the ancient Keyblade War that spread to here? Like, I honestly don't know, like, maybe a future game will cover this, which, again, will continue to fulfill my lust of just having to buy more Kingdom Hearts games, until my weary soul can finally rest when it confronts Tetsuya Nomura in an epic battle against darkness and light or whatever, but... again, I am really curious as to this whole King Salami Nipples knows what Keyblade shit is, or whatever. Oh, even Maven, it's just... Well, I mean, it's stressful, I'll say that much, but in the meantime, let's have this magical cutscene go now.
Tell me, Sora, your world, what's it like?
Oh, about that. Sorry for lying to you.
It's okay. Besides, if you can travel to other worlds, maybe I can too. So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday. I'll find a way, somehow. I'm sure of it.
if you find it, do me a favor and leave me out of it.
I think this might have been disproven since I did the Chain of Memories commentary, but yeah, I believe Ariel was initially meant to be a Princess of Heart, but because I couldn't program a legs model for her, she was pretty much next. But again, I think that was disproven in an interview much later on, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, we get the Crabclaw Keyblade, which isn't very good, and I don't like it very much, so fuck that noise. And now that all that's said and done, well, I'm Solidus-Skully, keeping new metal, and next time on the Kingdom Hearts commentary, well, I'd say we're due for another run-in with Riku, and, well, yeah, I think it's about time we tackle the penultimate Disney world in this game. So, catch you dudes and dudettes next time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.